Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Heels Up. I am Vlad St. Valentine, and with me today is my mask friends. Say hi. Anything? It'll be a long night. Reggie couldn't be with us tonight, guys. He's having some family stuff, and Caden is not feeling too great, so going solo on this one. Dear God, just bear with me, all right? So we start off Smackdown season premiere with Steph and Triple H in the ring. They're hyping up all the draft picks and the matches tonight. They got the whole roster out on the stage. And as they're calling out the draft picks and each guy's coming forward and like, hey, yeah, it's me, which all goes well until Street Profits come up and do their thing. And they're attacked from behind by the Glorious Show-Offs trademark, and which causes that little powder keg up there because you got Aleister Black and KO sitting next to each other and Braun Strowman just hates everybody. So shit goes down. Everyone just starts beating each other up. Things spill down to the ringside. I guess Stephanie and Trips just booked it when we weren't looking. But everyone's just laying waste to everybody. And then Albino Shrek comes out there, Lars Sullivan, and dismantles the four guys left standing in the ring. Well, Sami Zayn bails before he takes his ass whooping. So Apollo Crews gets beat up. So I guess Apollo's done being pushed as anything significant. But we already saw that happening with the Hurt Business anyway, so I guess what does it matter? And Chad Gable gets beat up, but Chad Gable's such an afterthought now that who cares? Like, they call him Shorty G. Like, can there be anything more embarrassing? They call him Shorty G and dressed him like a seafoam basketball player. It's awful, man. It's really sad for Apollo, but a lot of careers getting buried alongside his tonight. We have a mass grave for him. We'll just have a nice little Viking funeral and send all those ships down the damn river together. So after Lars takes out a few chumps, though, he's attacked from behind by Jeff Hardy, who gets the better of the exchange. And this is going to lead us into our first match of the night between Jeff and Lars. I thought this was going to be a bigger squash match than it was. Actually, wasn't a bad big man, little man match, and Jeff got some good offense in for a while. But the end came when Lars totally no-sells a twist of fate, and as Jeff is going up for the swanton, Lars snatches him off, hits the freak accident for the 1-2-3, done. Wasn't bad, but I'm still having to sit through a Lars Sullivan match, which I feel dirty after doing. Nope. After this, we do get the best match of the night, the New Day Swan Song and a six-man tag team match against what I'm going to dub the Full Bar with Shinsuke, Cesaro, and Sheamus all tagged together. And if you can say their names 3 times fast all together, I will give you $1. Shinsuke, Cesaro, Sheamus. 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 Almost there. Anyway, the match itself was just phenomenal. Before the match, though, New Day was cutting a promo, and this was not really even a promo. It was just like a shoot conversation between the three of them, reminiscing about the best times and what this stable has meant to each of them, and how close of friends they are now. And Kofi ends up choking up and tearing up. Xavier was doing his best. Big E keeping that stiff upper lip, and they do the New Day rocks one last time. And it was fun to watch this match, even starting out with Shinsuke coming down to the ring, and we cut back to the New Day. E sitting on the second rope with his legs up in the air, and Kofi and Xavier are bouncing in time to Shinsuke's music. It's crap like that I'm going to miss, man. It's just the I give no fucks, but they're having a great time. That makes us have a great time, and tonight was definitely bittersweet knowing that we're not going to get that in the same way, at least not for a while. I mean, hopefully eventually they'll pair them back up, after we've absence makes the heart grow fonder, as they say. So maybe they'll keep them away for a while and we'll get them reunited maybe next year after E gets a significant run, or once, Vince gets bored of E's single push and decides to shove him back in with this New Day, which is the most likely thing to happen because, New Day t-shirt sales, I imagine, are great. The match itself was absolutely phenomenal. Almost every single man in this ring could be considered a world champion and a believable one. So watch them all clash, getting their spots to shine. The New Day just pulling up all the stops with tandem offense because last time they were all going to get to do it together. So why keep anything in the playbook, right? Ain't gonna be another game. So it was a thing to behold. It was a lot of fun to watch. This was the best match of the night. If you didn't go see it, go back and watch it on YouTube and skip the rest of this damn night. The end comes when the New Day hit the midnight hour. Big E gets the cover, And it's appropriate that he is the one to pick up the victory because we are going to be focusing on Big E now. We want his push as a singles competitor going forward. That's the thing we want to focus on. So it's great that he got the victory specifically. And New Day didn't need to go out on their back. This is not the retirement. And hopefully we'll can, again, like I said, put him together again in the future. So it was an amazing match. And if you watched nothing else, just go watch this one. It was great. After this, we get a quick segment with Otis backstage. He's going to be interviewed. Before he can even get a word out, Sami Zayn shows up and in no uncertain terms calls Otis a loser. Otis pushes him down and Sami looks dumbfounded like, what did I do? I guess we're going to have Otis versus Sami, but I don't think they're going to give Otis the IC title and the Money in the Bank, which would be kind of cool though if they did, like gave him the title and the Money in the Bank contract. And then he cashes in and wins and he holds them both. Like that would be a lot of fun. It would definitely be interesting and something I don't think I've seen. After this, Daniel Bryan comes out, which is always fun to see. Glad to see him back. Absolutely love Daniel Bryan. It was cool. We saw, Brie and Birdie were in one of the Thunder screens. So I'm not sure why he was actually out here because all he was doing was what Triple H was doing earlier with Steph and hyping up all the draft picks and talking about the people he wanted to wrestle. But as he was naming names of people he wanted to face, he forgot one or didn't get to one soon enough because that a-hole made himself present. Seth Rollins comes out, still rocking the Monday Night Messiah graphics because they haven't thought of anything blasphemous that rhymes with Friday, I guess. So Seth essentially tells DB that DB needs to get on his side, get in line with the greater good because if he's not with him, he's against him. And Daniel basically says, look, I'm all for saving the planet, but your idea of the greater good is dumb. You're dumb. This whole thing's dumb. Because Daniel Bryan is basically like the hero in any like fantasy, our connection is the audience into it. He kind of says and thinks the things we do. This is dumb. What Seth is doing is dumb. And here in a little bit, it's even more poignant because Seth gets triggered by this and starts attacking DB. DB fights back. Seth bails. And as he's bailing out though, the Mysterios come down, Ray and Dom. Seth runs back to the ring, and the delusional idiot that he is, he's like, all right, Daniel, you need to make a decision now. Join me. Join my side. Help me fight the Mysterios. That's my Seth Rollins voice. And Daniel's like, nah, later. That's between y'all. I'm out. Doesn't even bother staying and help whipping Seth's ass. He's just like, nah, this doesn't involve me. Later, you guys are idiots. Which is exactly like all of us would do. Like, Daniel's the guy in the horror movie that would, like, why are you guys running upstairs hiding in the closet? There's a door right there and a running car outside. Let's just get the hell out of here. What's that noise? Who cares? Let's just leave. Daniel's reasonable. That's what we're saying. So as Seth is looking at a 2-on-1 beat down from the Mysterios, Murphy comes running out, slides past Mysterios and stands next to Seth. And predictably though, turns on Seth and starts whipping his butt. Seth bails out and Murphy tries to shake the Mysterios' hands. And Ray's like, nah, man, you're a 45-year-old dude. You blinded me and you're trying to bang my 19-year-old daughter. Go to hell. Which is a perfectly reasonable response if some creepy old guy was trying to bang your daughter and blinded you. So they tell Murphy to shine on that one, which, again, appropriate, and they fuck off. So up next, we have the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match, which was, me calling it a match is generous. The Glorious Show-Offs taking on the Street Profits, which was basically just Rude beating up Dawkins for a little while, and then smacking Ford getting in the ring and getting a fist fight with Ziggler and Rude, and the ref going, screw this, and throwing the whole match out. That was it. Dawkins gets hit with the finish after that because the Glorious Show-Offs are ticked, but Ford rallies and hits a crossbody from the top, and that was it. Honestly, the whole highlight was seeing Ric Flair on a thunder screen. After this, we had the contract signing for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell with Sasha and Bayley. Gunny Lackey's presiding, so he's back to where he started, getting people to sign their name on crap. So, it's a living, I suppose.
It's a living.
But Gunny Lackey does his thing and tells the women to sign, and Bayley tells Sasha, you're just mad because I turned on you first. You've been wanting to turn on me since day one. You've been staring at me and my championship. I did this all by myself. And Sasha's like, I wasn't going to turn on you. I'm your friend. I helped you every step of the way. You did do crap by yourself, but I'm going to whip your butt at Hell in a Cell. Sasha signs. Bayley looks all scared and angry, doesn't sign, and just leaves. Doesn't sign, just leaves. Sasha calls her a coward, but Bayley just looks at her belt, looks back, go to commercial. And you know what? I don't know why I expected anything else, because if there's one thing that this storyline's good at, it's dragging shit out. So They're just drag out the contract signing too, because she's got to sign it eventually. They're going to have their match at Hell in a Cell. Why? Oh, at least someone didn't go through a table this time. So, I mean, that's a little different. Up next is the Universal Championship match between Braun Strowman and the champ Roman Reigns, or as I like to call it, the complete and utter burial of Braun Strowman by the coward Roman Reigns. Man, this was a John Cena level burial. Braun's done. Braun is done. He ain't a monster anymore. He's a chump. You might as well give him a Ren Fair costume and stick him in the Viking Raiders because he is a joke now. This match, if you were a Roman Reigns fan and the fan of the story that's going on between Roman and his brother, it was a great match. If you're a fan of Braun Strowman, though, this was awful. This was complete and utter burial, the likes of which John Cena would be proud of. Terrible. Braun doesn't get much offense in. Roman makes him look like a chump. When Braun finally does get some stuff in, goes for the pin, Roman does the crotch, low blow kick out, which is not an excuse for Braun looking bad after this because everything that happens after that point, the low blow isn't really a factor in. Braun kicks out of a spear after this, but Roman locks in a guillotine, front guillotine choke and locks the legs in, and Braun taps. Which, realistically, if this were real life, yeah, that looks real. But this is wrestling. Like, people get out of goofy stuff like this and like hulk up and do stuff like that. And so if these people have this power to do this and Braun can't, and he's supposed to be something extraordinary, like it doesn't fit, man. Consistency. If you want me to believe something, that's fine, but you got to stick with it. All right. I believe in the rules of your universe. Just stick with them. And what you've told me tonight is that Braun's a complete and utter chump. Because not only does he tap out, not after like 20 spears and working over something all night long to the point where his leg was going to fall off because he was holding him on by a tendon, and he wasn't locked in by some submission expert. It's Roman freaking Reigns. He's not a submission expert. On a Saturday night, Braun Strowman taps out like a chump. And then after that, it gets even worse, right? So Jay comes down and Roman's like, you watch this. Spears Braun again because Braun is his toy to play with and make examples with. And he's like, come here, Jay. Come down to ringside. Jay comes down there. He's like, Paul throws Roman a chair. He's like, you want to be on my level and it's embarrassing because you can't be. And you shouldn't be trying to take my place. I'm keeping food on our table by doing this, by beating people like Braun's butt. I'm the one who's in charge. You can't do this crap. And I don't want to have to make an example out of you, but this is going to be you Saturday, or this is going to be you at Hell in a Cell. And he just starts beating Braun like a rented mule, further adding to the degradation of Braun Strowman as a threat, as a character, as a wrestler, and as anyone I give a shit about anymore. Braun gets beat on like a rented mule for a little bit longer, like I said. And Roman tells Jay to get in the ring. He hands in the chair. He's like, you want to be me? You want to make the hard decisions? You beat up on this helpless man and bury his career. You want to be like me and John Cena? Bury his career too. Hit him with the chair. Jay can't do it. Roman's like, I knew it. But Jay gets pissed off, punches Roman in the face, super kicks him, and then starts screaming, I love you, while wailing on him with the chair, which was just wonderful as far as the Jay and the Roman storyline goes. This was amazing. You just got to forget about the fact that it all came at the expense of the absolute burial of Braun Strowman. Other than that, though, great storytelling. So the officials pulled Jay off of, Roman, and Roman sneaks super punch in. It's like, I got to turn my back on you now, and looks all sad and distraught as he walks up the ramp, Some good storytelling with that story. Again, it's just a damn shame that it had to come at Braun Strowman's offense. I wonder, he must have like crop dusted Steph backstage or something because he's being punished, or this is awful as far as Braun goes. As far as Roman goes, looking great, Bobo. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Hopefully the guys will be back with us Monday, but I don't think the mask did a terrible job. You're feeling comfortable yet? Did you say anything? The banter isn't quite there yet, but we'll work on it. All right, guys. You have a good one, and say hi to your mother for me.